Hi, this is Maria with Maribella Portraits, and today we are going to be using the Retouching set by Pretty Actions. And these do include makeup, so I'm super excited to show you guys. First, I haven't done anything. These pictures are right out of camera. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my layer first. So if you see here, we're going to hit Control J or Command J on the Mac in order to duplicate our layer. I'm going to go over here to the Spot Healing Brush tool, which looks like this, and it's going to open up and it's going to be a circle. I like to use it at an angle, so if you grab the arrow, you can turn it around, or you can just make it a little bit smaller like that by grabbing the two dots. And I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit. And we're just going to clean up the face just a tiny bit. So looking for these little blemishes and just kind of even out the skin tones here. Soften some of these creases in her forehead. I prefer to do the angle brush because it doesn't give me a straight, harsh line when it's correcting the skin. And sometimes with the perfect circle, you'll get that. Okay, there's a little hair right there. Pretty happy with that. I'm gonna go towards their body. Just got a little blemish here. And the little hair. Okay, great. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead and flatten now. So layer, flatten. And I'm gonna go to the Instant Smooth Skin right here. We're just gonna click play. Okay, and I'm going to grab a brush here, just a nice soft brush. We're going to put it at 60%. And I'm going to hit Control I to invert the mask right over here on our skin smoother. And I'm just going to brush it on the skin. And do the same over here. Now I'm using a tablet. Just allows me to have a little bit more control. Oh, and it looks like we missed a little blemish right over here. So it was in the morning, super early with natural light, and I think there were a few mosquitoes. This was taken actually in Savannah. Okay, so I like that. Go ahead and flatten that, and I'm going to go back to my spot healing brush, and we're just going to take care of those blemishes here on her little leg, where it looks like she was bitten by some mosquitoes. Poor thing. It's a sweet little 4-year-old. Super sweet. Okay, so now what I want to do is I am going to warm up the skin a little bit. So we're going to do the warm complexion action, and we're going to hit play. And I'm going to bring that back up to 100%, sorry. And we're just going to warm up the skin a little bit because they are a little bit cool for me. I love these little tones that we're using here. So let's scroll in a little bit before and after. That looks so much better. So now I'm going to look for the dark circle action right over here and run that. And zoom into the eye area. And we're just going to paint that right under her eyes. Brighten those up a little bit. Same with baby girl. I'm really happy with this so far. I'm going to go ahead and do pretty eyes. We're going to run that action here. We're going to open up the action and go into these little individual areas here. So the eye clarity is going to sharpen our eyes a little bit. I'm going to lower that to 75%. And I'm just going to run that over the pupil, the iris, sharpen the eyes a little bit here. For contrast, we are just going to go into the pupil and over the eyelash line just a little bit. Okay. Bold lashes, I'm going to lower that a little bit to about 50 and just go over the eyelash line again. And then under lighten iris, we are just going to go on the iris part and highlight that a little bit to really bring out the eyes. And then let's go under bold color and paint over the iris again. And I'm just keeping this at 50% because it's nicer to build up. And then where it says bold catch lights, we are just going to go right at 100% and just click on where catch lights are already at. Just bring them out a little bit and enhance them a little bit more. Beautiful. Already that looks wonderful. So I love that. It's nice and natural, which is what we really like. And let's see what else we're going to use. We are going to flatten, and I'm going to go in and do light foundation here. So make sure you have a nice soft brush here. Just going to my general brushes. Just a nice soft one. And come up. And we're just going to do a little bit of foundation here. Give her a nice powdery look. Or airbrush look, I think, which I love. Very nice, flawless, finished. It's so helpful to use these actions. You'll save so much time. And then what I really love is that it helps with your consistency so that all your images in a gallery, you know, they have that same quality and look exactly the same. Consistency is super important. Beautiful. before, after. Let me lower the opacity just a little bit more. I'm going to take some of that off of her little nose right over here. Perfect. So I like that a lot. I think we're done with this part of it. I'm going to go ahead and flatten, and let's go ahead and start doing some artistry. First, I'm going to duplicate that, Control J, and I'm actually going to fix her arm a little bit here because she is pressing her arm against her body. It is squeezing it out. So I'm going to go into Filter, Liquify. Now, I always set my pressure point between 20 and 30 because I want to make my movements be really tiny and natural, and I want to have that control. So I'm just going to increase my brush size and just push her arm a little bit just to smooth out the contour. And then I'm going to go into her hair and puff out her hair just a little bit as well. I love big hair. And then we're going to bring hers down a little bit. So before and after, just kind of helps to create more separation between your subject and your background. And this is very beautiful. I'm already very happy with that. I'm going to flatten. This time, let's play with the Dream action set. This is the Pastel Dreams. So pretty. So I want to do sundown because what I'm going to do is create more separation between the background and our subject. And I'm going to mask this off of her face here, both of their faces and their bodies. So before, after. And then let's go down a little bit. Let's do backlight perfect. That's a lot of contrast, so we're going to again mask it off of them. But I want to keep it on the dress, and I'm going to lower the opacity just a teeny weeny bit more to about 15%. So before and after. And let's warm this up a little bit. So let's give it a shot of warmth, but just tiny. Perfect. So I'm already loving this so much. And then we're going to do color rich because I love rich color. Even better. And I'm just going to mask this off of their skin. So I'm just taking the same brush and just taking that off of their skin a little bit here. So pretty. Okay. I'm going to flatten this here. I like the eye sparkle, so we're going to run that over their eyes. Hit OK. Let's open that and go to eye clarity again. And I just want to sharpen that a little bit more. Really make those eyes nice and strong. And then under both eyelashes, I'm going to run that one more time here. Just on the eyelash line, right here in the corners. Perfect. Okay, let's reduce the opacity on the eyelash line to about a 7. There we go, and I love that. Okay, let's run the playful cheeks and lips now. Let me flatten this real quick. Okay, where it says playful cheeks and lips, you're going to see this really pretty pink color. Lower the opacity on my brush to about a 45. And we're just going to paint on the lips here. Yes, including the babies. It's super light, so it's just going to add a little bit of color, but not too much. Then under the peachy glow, I'm going to lower my opacity even more to about a 20. and just go over the cheek area. Beautiful. So I love that. Let's see what other color we want to use here. Let's do Lollipop. So I'm going to open this up a little bit. And just with my black brush at about 60%, I'm going to mask this off of Mommy and Daughter just a little bit for a little bit of contrast. Okay. And then we are going to look at some of these vignettes down here. So here we have this You Pick vignette, and we're going to hit play on that. Okay, and we can choose the vignette color, and I'm just going to grab my eyedropper tool. I think I'm going to go with this pink and hit OK. So I just grabbed from the flower area, and I love that. Before and after. Okay. Let's do the light sculpt dark. And at 100%, I'm going to go through just to create a little bit of separation. So right behind her and behind baby girl. I'm going to leave this as it is, but above her head as well, just kind of darken that little area. So before and after adds a little bit more of a pop. Okay, and I really like this a lot, so I'm going to flatten this here. And then what I actually want to do is look at the light. Where's the light? This is the Pretty Sunray applicator, and it looks like it's a bonus sunray applicator, so we're going to hit play on that. Pick your desired sunray brush and click on the area of your image where you would like to apply it. And voila! So we're going to hit continue. Let's go ahead and click on the brush that we're going to apply. And we're going to go here, Pretty Action, Sunrise, and Sunburst. I think we're going to go with this natural, top rate natural. I like that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And I don't really like that color, so let's hit undo. Let's find more of a golden color. What do we think? Like a yellow, pretty yellow. So I think we're gonna go with F1C886. Then hit OK. We're just going to, I'm gonna increase it a little bit more and just apply it there. Play, whoops. Accidentally hit that twice. Let's delete that. So now that it's here, I'm gonna set this to screen, and I'm gonna lower that opacity just a little bit. Perfect. So I have it set to screen, but I can actually change that and set it to hard light if I want to. And I think I like that a little bit better, and I think that looks very beautiful. So I'm really happy with this. The last thing I'm going to do is flatten my layer. So hit play, continue, and we're going to hit sharpen for print, if you're going to print this, of course. So it is ready to go. That sharpening action is amazing. That looks beautiful. It's just enough. So this is our final image using the Pretty Actions. Let's see what happens if we go to revert so we can see our before. So this is our before. And this is our after, and I think this is just stunning, and Mom is gonna absolutely love it. Thank you for watching. Have a great